welcome back to the channel. I'm Tia.
And I'm Ebony.
And this is Reacting to the Internet. Alright guys, we know why we're here. You know why you're here. You saw the title. You clicked on the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are going to be reacting to ET Lifestyle, WTF, the Eminem Show 2023 Rap Report Shocks the Internet. Let's go ahead and get into it. What about the Eminem Show? I like that album. It's like probably my third favorite album by Marshall.
You got like 15.
You really do.
Yeah, a lot of albums.
My man got a lot of albums.
Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover. One involving Eminem's classic album, The Eminem Show, that continues to do things never before seen in hip-hop music. But it is not just The Eminem Show that sparked surprises due to latest reports, but also Eminem's last album, Music to be Murdered By. And we'll get to more on this in a bit. Today we also have more from 50 Cent, and Snoop Dogg was the latest.
So yes.
That's the name of his new album?
Yeah, that was his last album. I think that was his latest album. And it was. And actually, I like Music to be Murdered By. There's a couple of songs. Can you put it up while we look at this? Just so I can see. I love Music to be Murdered By. I thought the beats on Music to be Murdered By was incredible. Like, I'm a Eminem fan, right? I love Marshall Mathers, but some of the beats that he has, I just couldn't get into. But I feel like the beats got so much better for my ears on Kamikaze and Music to be Murdered By. Let me see. Go.
These are the songs on there.
Yeah, Those Kind of Nights was my favorite. Stepdad was cool. Darkness was cool. In Too Deep, Never Love Again, Little Engine, Marsh. Like, all of those songs, I love them. Music to be Murdered By was, mwah, I loved it. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Catch it from 50 Cent when it comes to his trolling antics on social media. He set him up on IG a few hours ago, and Snoop has since reacted online, and we'll get to this at the latter part of the video. So starting with the recent rap reports of 2023, we got a couple that stirred surprises across the board, especially this one that goes, Hip-Hop most streamed album so far in 2023 on Spotify, and top 5 goes Heroes and Villains, Goodbye and Good Riddance, Holla's Utopia, and The Eminem Show.
What?
The
Eminem Show is still in the top 5 that's been most streamed on Spotify? That's crazy.
Who is on Spotify?
A lot of people on Spotify. Really? Yeah, I think Spotify is maybe the #1.
Oh, I mean, I don't have Spotify. That's why.
I have Apple Music, but that's crazy. Like, it's crazy that his album is still on the top 5 for 2023. Well, not still, but it's on the top 5 for 2023's most streamed albums. That's insane. He dropped that album how many
years ago?
Years? Like, it has to be like a decade ago that he dropped that album, right?
Close to.
That's insane.
Decade plus, probably. I think I was in high school when that album
came out. I had to have been in high school, like freshman.
Yeah, I was young.
I still remember that album. I remember, funny story, I remember I was in the house and I was watching the video for Cleaning Out My Closet.
I'm cleaning out my closet.
And the bar that messed me up, that made me like, okay, I gotta know more about Eminem was, now I would never diss my own mama just to get recognition. Take a second to listen who you think this record is dissing. Guys, 9th grader me was in the house like, well, who the fuck is the record dissing? Who else are we talking about in this song? Like, my mind was blown. And that was the moment I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this album and I'm gonna listen to every single song and I'm gonna figure out who he's talking about. Like, it blew my mind. But of course, before that, I knew of him because he had, because I am whatever you say I am. Love that song too. But anyways, let's get back into it.
Not be juju be that.
And their reactions are exactly what you'd expect. Bruh, The Eminem Show, god damn it. And on this, a user expanded. The Eminem Show is ranked 5th, but when you consider that it was released 21 years ago, and the oldest among the other 4 is only 6 years old, Goodbye and Good Riddance, The Eminem Show is essentially the most successful, even without being in the first position. The Eminem Show has...
Exactly. The most successful. He released this 21 years ago.
That's crazy.
And it's in the top, like, that's some rap god stuff for you, right? That's incredible. Like,
he's pretty good.
I know, right? That's insane. 21 21 years ago, and your album is
just like Lauryn Hill album.
I know, right? That was a great album.
She dropped
too.
one album.
One album. My good sis was out of there.
For
She
the rest of
said,
her life.
"I don't never gotta do this no more." That's insane. But congratulations to him. Like, I know that must feel like, wow, success. Let's get back into it.
In the most successful rap album of all time for some time now, since it overtook MMLP. But we all remember when Complex started taking cues from 13-year-olds on Twitter when they actually wrote in an article that Eminem's hits haven't aged as well as his contemporaries. Think about it, someone got paid in real money, not V-Bucks, to write this in an article. But we never see these quote contemporaries on any risk.
His songs haven't aged well compared to his contemporaries. I'm not gonna say that that's completely false, because some of Eminem's songs, like they didn't age well. Like, they wouldn't fly in today's society. Like, it's just not something. And so no, it haven't aged well. But like his overall career, I feel like it has aged very well.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think over the years his music has been pretty consistent for the most part. And he's put out a lot of albums.
He put out a lot of music.
Yeah.
A lot.
So he's still doing his job, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So
My man still love hip hop. Still in it.
yeah, you know, they say he be treating it like a real job, like a 9 to 5. He only works from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
I would too if I'm.
I would too.
I mean,
but I think that's kind of unique. Like, you hear people, I'm in the studio at 3 a.m. Like,
but I feel like that's for people who are still trying to get it.
they said from the beginning.
Really?
There's a
From
couple.
the beginning?
There's a couple people that said whenever you go to the studio with Eminem, he worked literally from 9 to 5, and that's it.
I thought they said that after he had been out for a while and he started like prioritizing his family and his personal life, that he was like, I'm just gonna work from 9 to 5. My man said he pulled out his ham sandwich and he took a lunch break. I think that was Snoop Dogg who said that.
No,
somebody else.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody was talking about it. Maybe that's why I remember that.
But yeah, I mean, if you reach the level of success that M has with his music, like, yeah, I'm gonna work. This is a 9 to 5.
You got the job.
Yeah, because I mean, no matter what they say, at some age, at some level of success, you don't have that new beginner hunger anymore.
That's
like,
true.
you're not about to be up in the studio till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, for what? I'm not about to do that. But when you're young, it's like,
maybe you just I feel like people be inspired. Sometimes art comes at 3 o'clock in the morning. If I got a studio downstairs in my...
But that's different. That's different than you being inspired at 3 o'clock in the morning versus you just in the studio at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe so.
Yeah, all right. Let's get back into it.
Reports, but for some context, Complex wrote that in an article about Versus Power Rankings, where they ranked Eminem at number 13. So of course, they needed to make up false information to justify ranking Eminem at 13. Of course, Jay-Z was number 1. Gotta make the biggest competition appear weaker, I guess. But back on topic, the user concluded, the Eminem Show has no business here.
I don't know. I would not put Jay-Z at my number 1.
Back in the day?
No.
No?
I wouldn't. I feel like it's... Now, don't get me wrong, Jay is Jay, right? But I don't know why everybody be on Jay-Z like that. Like,
I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
I like Jay-Z. It's a couple of albums, but I ain't
tripping off him.
Yeah.
I like
Blueprint, Black Album.
Blueprint, Black Album. Those are the only 2 albums that I know of. Jay-Z's, like, top to bottom, bottom to top, right? Those are the only 2. Back in the day, I'm not even gonna lie. My number 1 rapper was Lupe Fiasco, and then it immediately went to Eminem. Immediately.
I love Lupe.
It took me a while to get into Nas.
I love Nas.
And
as far as East Coast rappers go.
Yeah, it took me a while to get into, like, even to get into like Tupac and Biggie, and I know that they are considered the GOATs, the staples. But when their music came out, I was young. I wasn't trying to hear that, you know? Like, especially when I just got into music, like really started getting into music, that's around the time that crunk music came out. And it was like, oh man, this is it. Jay was never at the top of my list, but you know, respect his craft.
Yeah, he was never at the top of my list. I think I'll be having to separate my artists by region, like, you know, East Coast rappers, West Coast rappers, Southern rappers, because I feel like
They different.
I almost feel like I have a number one in each region. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm thinking East Coast, Jay wouldn't be at the top of mine, but I do like Nas. Like, you know, so, and West Coast, like right now, K-Dot, you know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar's kind of killing it.
Yeah. I just rate rappers based upon who I can listen to day in and day out. Like, who albums I can listen to top to bottom, bottom to top. And unfortunately, Kendrick Lamar remains at the top of that list, right next to Eminem. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, what the F? This is what longevity means. But there's more links to the Eminem Show in 2023, even more mind-blowing. As based on Chartmaster's global report, over the last 6 months, the Eminem Show moved over 1 million equivalent albums globally of streaming equivalent album units alone. So this doesn't include track equivalent or pure album sales. And over on Twitter, a user reacted to this: that album is the equivalent of the right to print money, laughing emoji. And for those who moved the goalpost from, quote, his music did not age well, to, quote, no one listens to his new music, another report was just around the corner that's backed them into a corner right now. It goes 20 most streamed rap albums of 2020 so far on Spotify, and top 5 goes Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, Legends Never Die, Certified Lover Boy, Music to be Murdered by, and Eternal Attack. By the way,
y'all tripping.
This date.
Oh
no, Certified, that's Drake. Top 5, Certified Lover Boy. It wasn't my favorite Drake album. It wasn't. Not. Donda was actually a better album to me. You didn't like Donda? Okay.
I didn't give it a good listen. I can't say about Donda, but
see, okay, I'm gonna put it like this.
What the heck is this list? Is this list like?
It's like a certified list though. I'm trying to break it down. So I like Donda's beats because I like Kanye West's beats, but I like more songs on Certified Lover Boy than I did on Donda. So that kind of, I think that clears things up? Okay, that clears things up, but yes. The fact that Eminem's Music to be Murdered by is at the top 5, not top 5, but it's like 5, top 5 on this list is, again, insane.
Yeah. His Eminem Show is at top 5.
Oh, this album? Yes. Okay, got it. So, yeah. People who say, I listen to Eminem's music thoroughly, okay? Every time my man drop a track, he drop a verse, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna stream it. I'm in that percentage who's like, yes, drop the song. Not true. All right, let's get back into it.
Music to be Murdered by has outsold Certified Lover Boy. It is the 3rd biggest hip-hop album of the decade so far. 5.18 million for Music to be Murdered by compared to 4.2 million for Drake's Certified Lover Boy. And of course, this report brought out the fans. Thought y'all said no one listens to Eminem's new music? LOL, M's haters taking one L after another. One day it is his old music aged badly. The next day it is people only listen to his old music. I struggle to keep up, to be honest. And on this note, another ad. Eminem new songs don't get streamed allegations in the mud. Laughing emojis. Eminem will always be him. For rappers alive, he literally got the biggest hip-hop album of the decade so far. But Complex can't write about any of this because they have to justify putting a certain rapper at number 1 on all their reports. Moving on to the next point today, 50 Cent decided to troll Snoop Dogg ahead of his election.
Let's pause for a second. And okay, so I know a lot of, I'm gonna say this. I know a lot of reasons why a lot of albums outsell other albums is because an artist has been out longer and they have a bigger fan base. Eminem's fan base is insane. Let me remind you, I am part of that fan base.
Let me remind you, the Eminem Show came out 21 years ago.
But they're talking about his new album, Music to be Murdered by.
You talking about the fan base, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's been able to build fans for 21 years.
Yeah. So Eminem has been out for a long time. He has a lot of fans. So with that in mind, yes, I do expect him to outsell most artists because his fan base, his reach is insane. So that does have something to do with someone's album sales, in my opinion. Again, like the people in the comments like to point out, I'm not in the music industry, so what do I know?
What? Look, I'm about to say something.
But anyway, so I think that does have something to do with it. But let's go ahead and get into this 50 Cent Snoop Dogg stuff.
a show a few hours ago that sparked a response from Snoop, and it started with this: LA tomorrow night, we are gonna turn it all the way up, fire emoji, sold out, but call Snoop Dogg for tickets, he can still get everybody in, I'm turning my phone off, LOL. And of course, there were people who thought 50 Cent was serious with this post. As Snoop revealed, they were blowing up his phone.
I don't know why all you niggas keep calling me for these tickets to 50 Cent concert. Nigga, I ain't got no tickets to 50 concerts or mine. 50 Cent, you told these niggas to call me for tickets? Nigga, I ain't got no tickets to your show. I ain't got no tickets to my show. So y'all can stop calling me, texting me, talking about, good, 50 said. Y'all better take that shit up with 50, nigga. I can't do nothing for you, man.
50 Cent petty, man.
He is. He is so petty. Alright guys, and we think that's the end of that. 50 Cent is petty. I love 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent is just, dude, he's so hilarious to me. Like,
you know, he got a battery charge out for him.
Oh,
he threw a microphone into the crowd and hit a fan.
Whoa. Yikes. Cardi B did the same thing.
Yeah, but she did something to him first. The
girl, yeah.
Who took the mic said.
And threw it over.
I'm talking about hard, but anyway, 50 Cent he's a pretty petty guy.
He really is, but he is hilarious, okay? And I love him for it. And Snoop Dogg is also cool.
Funny.
Like, I would love to meet Snoop Dogg. I just think he's just the coolest dude on the planet, okay? But, yep.
That's it.
Alright, guys, and we're gonna get ahead and get up out of here. And until next time, let us know what you think.
I thought you messed me up.
Let us know what you think about Eminem outselling everybody in the comments down below. And until next time, guys.